Alright, so I won the die roll, and this hand's a little weird, but I'm going to keep it anyway.
My hand's great, but doesn't have any combo, so we'll see what happens.
Alright, Windswept Heath, go.
Alright, I'll go ahead and fetch play a DRS, getting a tropical.
Alright.
So I'm at 19, and I assume I'm going back up to 20.
I'm going to fetch for a Tundra and plow it.
Alright, 2019. Dudes from Shefflin. I could fight over that, but why bother? My hand's great. I'm great. Deck's great.
Is it?
That's fine.
Alright, draw. That's not a good draw for us.
PSA kids, make sure you untap your lands before you draw.
I'm going to cast a Stoneforge Mystic. I'm going to Daze Your Force.
Oh, wow, that's gross.
So you're at 19 as well?
Yeah, sure, that resolves.
Alright, I will get the skull.
Okay.
The batter skull. I'm done.
That was a pretty good draw. I'll just play Baleful Strix.
Sure.
Draw. Sure go. Got that batter skull in check, son.
It's unfortunate. Alright, we will draw. Say not very powerful draw, but it happens. So I'm just going to play this and say go.
Alright, so we're going to hold our guy back basically regardless here just because if he plays Jite, then we want to make sure that we're able to kill whatever is attacking. Brainstorm.
Yep, it's good.
Actually, I'm going to play this first so I don't get Spell Pierce.
It's probably smart.
Because that would be rather gross. Well, this is not looking great. I'm going to go ahead and fetch, I guess, but I'll be done after that.
Okay, I'll put in Batter Skull under turn.
Yep.
And myself.
No! Alright, so I'm at 18.
Draw. Alright, so...
Actually, do you mind if I change this to a different land?
That's fine.
Alright, I'm just going to get a Tropical Island instead.
Okay.
But, continue.
Alright, well, our hand's a little awkward. I don't really want to just trade my Germ for his Baleful Strix.
Sure you do.
So I'm just going to attack you for 1.
I'll take 1 point. 17.
Right, you're at 17.
Yep.
And...
Never want to draw a Miss Hall Griffin so bad.
Stoneforge Mystic.
You have 3 cards?
Yep.
Alright, we'll counter.
Alright, so you're at 16.
Yeah, it's a little aggressive, but I really just want to make sure that he
Go
doesn't get Jite into play. We were rather fortunate that he did not get it the first time.
Well, I wasted that to try to keep him off of black, but he had another source, so that's unfortunate for us.
Had it.
Had it.
But I did actually have it, so I will say go.
No attacks?
No.
That seems loose.
Goose.
Seems super loose.
The goose is loose.
Plow
Plow it? I will block.
Okay.
Alright, damage.
Stoneforge Mystic.
Okay.
Alright, I'll get Jet, and I'm done.
Okay,
Then here's
we'll
some-
cast that. Hope we get a little lucky.
Alright.
So the reason I didn't expect a third Stoneforge Mystic. My plan was foiled by it, so not sure how this game is going to end up now. We are pretty thin on cards. The best possible draw here would probably be oh crap, what's the name of that card? The blue Fate something. Oh man, I can't believe I
Manipulate
forgot.
Fate.
Manipulate Fate.
Alright, our best possible draw here is any green source.
No.
Misty Rainforest. Alright.
Well, at least I can't get Abrupticate, but I guess I'm gonna get Pride Maged.
No.
Alright.
Not getting Pride Mage, you get 2 on top. I will just get a Tropical Island here.
Okay.
And I think we want to... Let's see. I don't want to cast anything into another counterspell. Or I don't want to cast like the Jit into a counterspell. However, he's at 16 right now. Yeah, so I'm just going to cast a Noble Hierarch.
Sure.
And then attack for 5.
All right, 11 to 23.
Yep. And then say go.
Ooh, boy. Oh, that was a weird draw. Oh, man. I think I can wait. I will say go.
Put Jit into play.
It is flashed into play.
Alright, untap and draw. So now here, I feel like I have to just go for this because I can't really risk it. So I'm going to Green Sun Zenith for 2.
No! Why you gotta do that to me? Okay. That is a medium tilt. If the top card of my deck is Miss Hollow Griffin, I am gonna lose my mind. Because I have a Baleful Strix, and I was gonna go like gamble and like try to Strix into it, but I also want to Abrupt Decay, so that I can make the game go longer if I have to.
Alright, I'm gonna go to combat.
Sure.
Attack with Double Exalted.
Okay. I will guess Decay the Germ.
Sure.
Not sure how much that's gonna do anything.
And I think I can actually wait on Pride Mage, since I can just kill Food Chain in response to him casting a creature.
That's true.
I don't think he has any, or hope he doesn't have any instant speed way to punish me.
Draw a card.
Alright, I will destroy it in response.
Alright. Draw.
Yep.
Go.
Alright, untap and draw. And Caracas, I will go ahead and equip Jit to Stoneforge.
Okay.
Combat.
Yep.
Attack with Exalted.
Block.
Okay.
You get 2 counters.
2 counters on Jit, and True Name choosing you.
Who knew?
You're up.
Man. Alright, I don't know if this is actually going to do anything, but we're going to Genesis Hydra for 3 and see what happens.
Okay.
Guess I got another green source. So it's going to put me to 9. Worst part is that I drew Miss Hollow Griffin. Now. So I can make infinite mana if I hit a food chain, but it doesn't do anything. 3.
Sure.
Alright, here we go.
Alright, land off the top. Nope. Let's see here. Equip Batter Skull to True Name.
Yep.
And attack with Exalted.
Yep, I'll take 8, minutes, 1.
I gain 8 to 31.
Yep.
I will kill Deathrite Shaman and say go.
Wow. Alright, I'm on the play here for game 2, and looks like we're both starting on 6. My hand looks pretty good for 6, though, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, this is a pretty good 6 as well.
Alright, so for the record, I don't think I'm ever going to cast this card unless I draw Miss Hollow Griffin. So I don't really... Yeah, whatever. It's just basically a dead card that we're going to try to shuffle away.
Noble.
Sure.
Here we go.
We're not going to burn a Brainstorm yet. We want to make sure we get max value out of it since our hand is a little awkward. But we will Brainstorm main phase so we can try to hit a mana guy. Alright. I will... I might need one of these. Yeah, we're just going to put some junkers back.
Okay.
And I'm going to go and fetch and then pass.
Okay. draw. And that's not the greatest draw. Stoneforge Mystic.
Sure.
I will get Batterskull. And I'm going to attack you for 1.
Yep, I'm at 18. Would you like to cut my deck?
Sure.
I'm going to go ahead and go.
Yep.
Alright, so I will brainstorm again.
Sure.
Draw 3. Still looking for a piece. So I'll probably put some of this back. Go ahead and fetch and pass.
Cut.
17, here you go.
Alright, so you're at 17. I'm still at 20.
Mm-hmm.
I will draw. Jace.
10-2, forced pitch, miss Hall Griffin.
That's pretty good.
16 to 20.
I will attack you for 2.
I will kill it with the trigger on the stick.
Go.
Draw. Alright. Don't really want to just cast Food Chain into a daze here. Seems pretty bad. I will... I don't really care about your Batterskull. Just trying to figure out what to do here. You have 4 cards.
Yep.
One is a Batterskull.
Yep. I think that's all you know.
Yeah, if one's a Zenith, though, it's going to be pretty horrifying. I guess I'll just say go.
Cut. We'll untap. Draw. Inside my draw step, actually, I'm going to wasteland your...
Sure. I'll target you if it resolves.
It does resolve.
Okay. What you got? Yeah, keep them.
Good. Alright. I will... Oh, I don't really want to... No, actually, that's fine. Do I want to bounce something quick? I guess I will fetch.
Okay. First damage.
Actually,
19.
if I'm gonna do that, I should just play.
A basic?
Yeah, I'll just play the planes.
Sure.
Cast True Name.
Yep.
And then say go.
Draw. Attack.
Bounce it.
Go.
Alright.
So close yet so far away.
We'll draw. Oh, attack with Exalted.
Yep, 12.
I don't know if, let's see, is Batterskull actually really... Alright, I'll cast Batterskull.
Sure.
Here we go.
11, Food Chain, here we go. Let's cross our fingers.
Yep. Attack for 8.
Yep.
3 to
3.
28. 28. Yeah.
27. You gain 8.
Did I take a damage from?
You fetched. Oh, no, you didn't fetch.
I
You
undid
took
the
back
fetch.
your fetch. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, you're up.
All right. Ooh, that actually lets me play around days. That's a delight. All right, Death Ray Shaman.
Sure.
Sack it for 2. Sorry,
Okay.
exile it for 2.
Okay.
3. Vendilion click trigger target you. All right. Leave it be.
Okay.
Sack this. Cast this.
Okay.
Make infinite mana.
Yep.
Leave it in exile with infinite mana. All colors. Hydra for my deck.
Okay.
Still floating. Infinite of all colors. That mana can only cast creatures. We'll get this. Play this a million times. Bounce your board.
Except for True Name, though.
Oh yeah. Except for True Name. Oh wow. Am I just? I didn't even think about that. Holy cow. I don't think this deck has a way to gain life either. That is medium tilt. Alright, we'll Genocide Hydra for a million again and see if I can figure a way out of this. I don't think I have any. I'm sorry, is there a problem, officer? Alright. Man.
I feel like there has to be something in there.
There's not. There's not a single card. I have no out in my deck to that guy. I have a Golgari Charm in the sideboard. I have Death Ray Shamans that can potentially gain mana. Wow.
That is
Infuriating.
just to clarify how that exactly works, in case you missed it.
Yeah. Every time I cast Miss Hollow Griffin, I get to
Trigger something with Tide Hollow, so he can recast it over and over again, bounce all my permanents.
Yep.
He can recast it over and over again, bounce his Genesis Hydra, cast Genesis over and over again, get Baleful Strix, and then he can recast Baleful Strix over and over again to draw his entire deck.
Yep.
So
yeah, it's a really interesting combo, but that I can't. I have no words. I'm at a loss for words. I couldn't even cast Golgari Charm anyway, though, because you can only use the mana to cast creatures. So, all right. So on my side, we're bringing in a couple of ways to interact with Brian. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not, but I assume that for sideboard, he's going to have like a lot of disenchants for food chain, a lot of things like that are just going to mess with me. So we're bringing Golgari Charm so we can try to kill True Name Nemesis, 2 Disfigures to help out against like early Noble Hierarchs, Stoneforge Mystics, Abrupt Decay for the Jite and early creatures, and a Venser to hopefully tempo him out at some point, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We're going to be cutting Force Wolves and Misdirection. I don't think I can reasonably protect my combo against this deck since it has a bunch of counter spells itself, a lot of ways to actually kill the food chain, 2 Pride Mages, Corrosion Grip, 3 Green Sun Zeniths to find them. And Misdirection feels pretty worthless in general against this matchup. And then Tremon and Manipulate Fate, which could be wrong, but I have not played with this deck much, so I don't actually know. And then Dimir Charm, since it felt really bad in this matchup.
all right. Well, you are cutting 7 cards, and only bringing in 6.
Oh,
so
okay. We'll put this back in.
all right.
Yeah. Arithmetic.
Get to manipulate sideboarding.
Yeah.
For myself, I don't know how I'm supposed to board against this deck. I know that I definitely want Pride Mage and Grip to handle food chain. I definitely want the other Force and a Vendilion Click just for more interaction against him. And then I think that Jace is good against him, but I don't know for sure. I just feel like Jace, in situations where I'm not getting food chained or I can deal with the food chain, Jace will take over the game.
Yep.
And then I want to cut like these soft counters, especially Spell Pierce that only counters food chain in his deck. And I'm cutting the Ooze because I just don't see myself really wanting Ooze that often against him.
Yeah, plus, what happens if the only creature in the graveyard is a Miss Hollow Griffin?
Then I don't want to exile it, yeah. So we're gonna cut this and roll with these guys and see how that works out.
All right, I'm on the play here for game 3, and this hand looks pretty good. Hopefully we'll find some manipulation, some card draw, so we can actually find what we actually need.
This hand is like the average. If you were to take like one of those things where you take like every Bant deck that's ever been played in Legacy and you like average them out into a deck of 60 cards, this is the hand that you would have.
Okay,
so
that's pretty sweet. All right, we'll start off with a Death Ray Shaman.
All right. I will not one-up you, but I will cast a Green Sun for 0.
Okay.
I'm going to get Dried Arbor and Sego.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I assume he's not just going to play True Name Nemesis on turn 2. I think I actually just want to slow him down, so I'm going to attack.
All right, I'm going to. Just kidding.
All right, so you take 1.
Yep.
I also go to 19, and I'll, after combat, go Guard Charm.
All right, so 19 to 19.
And sure do.
My Dryad Arbor's dead. Makes me sad.
dead, Dryad Arbor.
You dead. All right, I'm just going to play a Kasali Pride Mage.
Sure.
You're up.
Draw. All right, doop. Doop. I'll exile your land. Even though I could potentially gain some life from it, I think I just want to keep my graveyard full in case I draw a Dig Through Time. So,
Okay.
is this good?
It's good.
All right. I know it's good. It's in play. As
It is,
good
it
as
is.
good as it gets.
All right, I'll brainstorm.
Sure.
Because my hand is real bad. It just got a lot better.
No.
All right, so I get to put back 2 of these. I'm gonna put these 2 back, and then I'm gonna cast. We're gonna put a Batterskull back on top of our deck, and then cast Stoneforge Mystic.
Sure.
And I think that I'm just gonna get Batterskull.
All right. Let's
I don't-
flip it and
well,
shuffle.
Maybe nah. Batterskull seems better.
It's at the top. Okay.
And
Tax?
I don't think I want.
You don't want to lose all that value?
I don't.
attacks?
I don't think I want to attack. You're up.
All right, fine. That was weird. All right. I don't know if this is actually good. I will cast Food Chain.
Well, I feel like I have to counter it because I might die if I don't. So force pitching Jace.
So you're at 18.
Yep.
Results. Play this tech.
I got a 15.
Go. Actually, I'm gonna decay that.
Okay.
Slow him down on that germ token a little bit.
So you're at. Is it 17? Is that your third fetch?
Second fetch should just be 18, I think. Oh, third. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. And I'm at 15, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Draw. All right. Well, attack you for 3.
Yep. 3 down.
You're at 14, and I'm just gonna play a Knight of the Reliquary.
Okay.
You're up.
Benny beats.
12.
Going ham.
Sure.
I'll leave up in the bayou. I will say go.
So 10, 6. Alright, well, I'm not dead yet. Just very badly burned. I'll draw. Huh. Alright, we'll sack this, go to 11. Get a plains, add a white, sack the plains, get a
Horizon Canopy?
I'm just gonna get a forest. I just want to get Badlands that aren't not the Badlands, but just lands,
horrible lands.
lands that are bad. Yeah. And I'm gonna then cast Batterskull,
Yeah,
and hopefully that's gonna be good enough.
it resolves. It might be since I have this weirdo anemic combo deck action going on.
All right, go.
All right. Battle your Brainstorm.
All right, I got a 9.
All right. I need direct damage of some sort. An untap effect. A Scrib Ranger. That'd be great. All right. So guess we can battle for 6, puts him to 3. If he equips and attacks with Knight, he's short of land to do that, so he'll gain 4. Alright, I think I can race this, or maybe not, but I'm certainly going to try.
Not 3.
Here we go.
Alright.
Plus, if I ever draw a removal spell...
How many spells are in your graveyard? Just want to know.
2.
Okay,
You
so
have 1.
there's still a number that can happen.
Quite a few.
Well, I don't think that... Let's see, does this do anything? 6 up to 9. Gains me 6 up to 9.
Should be 7 if you count Exalted. I don't know if that's what you're calculating. But.
Yeah. I mean, that would... I'm still dead if I do that.
That's the dream. The dream is that we win 1 game out of 5.
Actually, I have an idea. Oh, wait. I don't think it works the way I want it to. If I had gotten a wasteland instead of a forest, then I could have maybe done it.
I assume you don't have an untapped land in your hand.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I have a Green Sun Zenith. Ooh, I could... Well, so if I Zenith for...
And you cut the scavenging ooze?
Yeah, I cut the is.
Although, there's just the Stoneforge, and I could always eat it in response, I guess.
Yeah. But I can eat whatever you're trying to target with your death, right?
Yeah.
Man. Well, I think that I'm dead, but I feel like there might be something I can do.
Well, if you'd like to look through your deck for your Green Sun Zenith, since we are not exactly 100% familiar with everything,
Sure.
I'm more than okay with that.
I mean, I can get another Noble Hierarch for Exalted. Or a Pride Mage for another Exalted trigger. But I can't equip this Batterskull to the Knight, so I can only attack for 6. Yep. Or I can equip Batterskull to Pride Mage and attack for 7, but then he just...
2 and then 6/2.
Yes, 2 and 6/2. If I'd fetched for a Wasteland last turn, though, then I could have... I could waste a Black Source, or I could Green Sun for Noble Hierarch, attack with this, double Exalted, gain 6 to 9.
And then kill this.
Waste a Black Source, waste another Black Source, and then he can't Deathrite me, and maybe come back and win, but I'm just dead as it is now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I got one.
Alright, so if I had gotten Wasteland last turn, that's what I should have done.
Well, I had another Black Source in here.
Did you? Okay.
But yeah, that was the line.
That gives me a chance, yeah. Alright, we are here for game 4, and I'm on the play this game, and I think that I keep this hand and just hope it works out.
Okay, my hand's okay, I guess. Very mana heavy, which I think is fine in this matchup, so.
Savannah, go.
Oh. Deathrite.
Alright, plow it.
Yep. Not many targets. Maybe I should just cut them. But they feel so good when they survive, like last game.
Yeah, last game was a delight for you. Alright, Pride Mage.
Sure.
You're up.
Alright. We'll go with a Brainstorm.
Got it. So, yeah. My opening hand last game that I said was like a combination of every Bant deck ever. It was 3 lands.
Zenith Knight.
It was Zenith, Kasali Pride Mage, Batterskull, Force of Will, 3 lands. Are you done for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fine. I just thought that was funny.
No, that's really funny.
Here I'm just going to attack for 3.
All right, 18.
And I'm going to attempt a Knight of the Reliquary.
Yeah, I think we're just dead. Just dead to that.
I'll say go if it's in there.
Yeah, I think I actually have to Brainstorm end of turn, though. Maybe I don't. Maybe I can... I think I'll wait, actually. All right, untap. I'm at 17.
Yep.
He is just a 2/2, so we actually have a lot of ways to kill him, since we have the Disfigures.
Sure.
And missed. Fetch Strix.
So 16?
Yep. Draw a card and then My deck has no more freeze cards in it, so it'll be your go after I draw.
All right.
That knight's gonna get real big, real fast, and kill all of my lands.
That's the plan.
Let's just go ahead and
I'm gonna attack with sure.
block.
All right,
I
and
guess.
then waste, cast jet, sack savannah, get a wasteland, waste you again.
Yeah. We'll do this so we can keep up with how big he is.
And you're up.
All right. Well, now we have to draw Abrupt Decay. Go. That was brutal. Not gonna lie. Super brutal.
Equip jet, attack for 6.
I'll take 6. Go to
10. All right, go. He is dead next turn, so. I'm gonna force pitching Jace.
Oh, no. All right. Well, we have one draw step to hit. I suppose there's a potential chance that we draw a Strix or a blocker, and then we're not dead.
Yeah.
But all right. So now I'm at 9.
All right, so I'm assuming he has another land.
I do.
I'm just gonna.
Go.
All right. Draw. Combat.
Yep.
Attack.
Yep.
Pump once.
Yep.
Pump twice.
Dead.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to try something different after boarding and hope that we can just steal the game from Brian. We're going to be cutting Vincer because it felt like it was just too slow, and since I'm getting my mana attacked constantly, I felt like getting this stuck in hand's pretty bad. We're going to cut 1 Manipulate Fate because I don't think it's reliable or fast enough in this matchup, since Brian can put a lot of pressure on us really fast with Stoneforge and Knight. And then Golgari Charm, even though it kills True Name, just felt abysmally bad. So we're going to cut it and just bring in the forces and hope demise.
I like hoping demise.
Yeah. A YOLO moment.
Yep.
All right, mulligan to 6 here for the final game. Not looking good for us, but this hand is pretty decent. Let's hope we get Dece.
All right.
Dece.
This hand is 4 lands and a bunch of cantrips, which is one of my favorite style of hands because you never know what you're gonna get.
I'm doing this end of turn, so if you wait,
Okay.
I haven't been able to get wastelanded yet.
All right, that's fair. I am just going to get a tropical island and ponder.
Okay. In response to the ponder, I will cast a brainstorm.
It will resolve.
All right. That way, don't randomly get forced or whatever. So. Bang. Okay. Looking good. What do we want to get rid of? All right. Well, we only need to get rid of 1 card. Ponder resolves.
All right. 3 cards. Well, I want this card and none of these 2. And I don't think that I care about this card enough to where I'm going to keep the ponder, so we'll just shuffle.
Okay. I'm going to give you time to potentially draw a Force Will, but I'm going to go ahead and cast this. The old 2 mana draw 4 cards. It's pretty good.
All right. I drew.
draw?
Yeah, that's good.
Draw 4. Kind of.
I drew the. I drew one of the other 2 cards from my ponder that I didn't want to draw. Yeah.
All right. Draw a card off of my Manipulate Fates, and then it will be your go.
All right.
Perfect.
I'm gonna untap Manamorphose or Spirit Guide, Manamorphose, triple pull from Eternity, go.
Oh no!
Just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I am gonna cast a Brainstorm though.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Wow, that was terrible. That is our hand has more
So would you say that is your average brainstorm in a Star City Games Open top 8?
Yes, this is my average SCG top 8 brainstorm right here. We just hit. I mean, if I had a what's that card called? Mana Bond in play, we could go ham.
Yeah.
But all right.
No, you just need a Summer Bloom, baby.
All right, I'm gonna put these two back, and I really wish I could do this turn, but I'm like actually forced into fetching. Go. You're up.
All right. I will draw. All right, play my land first. Maybe that's not correct. Maybe I should just cast this dumb food chain and see what happens. I think I'm gonna do that.
All right, needs food chain's in there.
All right.
So you're at.
I'm gonna force him to basically spend his turn next turn killing it.
So we're both gonna be at 18 after I fetch here.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna get a Tundra, I guess.
Next turn, if I draw a land, I get to play 3 Miss Hollow Griffins. Except Brian's going to kill my food chain, and then I don't get to play 3 Miss Hollow Griffins.
I'm probably going to at least make a valiant attempt at doing that.
That's fine. I'll just start casting them the hard way. With my lands.
Alright, draw for turn.
We already had the one game where you couldn't beat them. That was the only game I won so far. So.
That is actually accurate. Let's see. I will play this and go.
Upkeep.
Nothing.
Draw.
Sure.
Well. So if I play Griffin, he can kill the food chain in response with like a corrosion grip, I guess. And then we just kind of waste our turn doing nothing, which sounds, or not nothing. Casting a dopey 3/3, and we could be doing oh so much more. YOLO, brainstorm.
Yep, brainstorm results.
That was not a good brainstorm.
Oh, hey, got a Tundra in my hand.
All right, we'll play that. We will cast a Death Ray Shaman. And say go.
Okay. End of turn.
Actually, that's stupid. I'm not going to cast this.
Okay.
Go.
End of turn, Vendilion Click. Oof.
We'll dig through some time. Whew. Seems a little bit better than trying to play a Death Ray Shaman. But I guess I could have cast off that. What am I doing? I'm just stupid. I guess if in response to fetching, you could have
Vendilion.
clicked me, so. Alright, so exile these. I'll keep the Miss Hollow Griffins on top.
Why?
This resolve.
Yeah, it resolves.
Alright. So I guess I'll just take a couple brainstorms. I don't know if that's good or not. The rest of the cards seem like whatever. Okay. This junk.
Well, I guess.
Chances Hydra.
No, I don't think so.
Rats.
I'm trying to think what our plan for winning this game is. It's probably like this card. Which means I kind of want to just take that Abrupt Decay, but I don't know if that's right. Yeah, I'm going to take Decay, but let me write that down. So it's okay. Shaman,
Hydra, 2 Brainstorm.
Hydra, double Brainstorm.
All right. Go.
Draw. Oh, that was not good.
Yep. 14.
Yep. I'm going to play a fetch land so that we can shuffle our deck. And I am going to say go.
I have no idea what's going on over there. I feel like he's just sitting on Corrosion Grip, just waiting for me to play a Mishawk Griffin, but... Pick these up. Think for a minute. Well... So, what's the worst that can happen? Like, I cast Mishawk Griffin and he just, like, Force of Wills it? No, worse, I guess he just kills this. But I still have this to block that, so it's not that big of a deal. Maybe this is better. I'll start with the Baleful.
Alright, Baleful Strix is good.
Alright, trigger this.
Yep.
Draw a card.
Yep.
Deathray Shaman.
Yep.
Alright. Sack this, and cast Mishawk Griffin.
I will respond to that brainstorm.
Sure.
1, 2, 3. Those were good. Let's fetch away. Let's fetch away these 2 excess lands here. So put those on top. Fetch. I will get another Tundra, I think, actually. And I'm gonna Corrosion Grip your food chain.
That's what we were afraid of. Alright, that results. So Griffin in, Deathrite in. So let's play another Deathrite and pass.
Alright, well, we have an uphill battle to fight this game against
A
so
handful
I
of
do know
Griffins.
your hand, right? You'll have 3 cards in your hand?
Yep, 2
So-
Brainstorm and a Hydro.
Yeah.
And I haven't shuffled since then.
Yep. Alright, draw.
I was really hoping you would just counter this, and then I was going to play another one, sack both, and then go infinite, and then kill you.
Okay. Alas, that's not what I did.
That is correct.
Well, I think that...
Cast Batterskull? That would be delightful.
Do you think I want Batterskull go? Do you think that I want to start with Batterskull at some point? I think I have to get rid of one of these Deathrites. And, well, I'm not sure. Actually, maybe Jet's better than Batterskull on this board. That's certainly, like, possible. I'll play Caracas.
Womp womp.
Alright, I'll plow a Deathrite Shaman.
Alright, I go to 15.
Yeah, we have to get that off the board. And then I'm just going to play a Knight.
Okay.
And say go.
Alright, we need this Brainstorm to be real good. Alright, we'll start with a Brainstorm.
Sure.
Draw 3. That was really good.
Tilt.
Alright, cast Food Chain.
Yep.
Make infinite mana.
Sure.
Cast all these doofuses. Still infinite. All colors. Play this for infinity.
Yep.
Tidespell Tyrant. Bounce your whole board. Genesis Hydra, my whole deck. Minus a card, I guess.
I have a response.
Okay, sorry. Genesis Hydra, and I will put Tidespell Tyrant into play.
In response to you trying to bounce Vendilion Click, I'll bounce it myself with Caracas.
Oh.
And then I'll lose my entire board.
All right. Well, we're going to play it out, sir.
All right.
All right. So, I will sack Miss Hall Griffin, cast it, bounce Genus Hydra, do that. Do it for Infinity again. Draw a card off Baleful Strix. Rinse, repeat. I'll draw that many.
Sure.
And I'll discard.
Okay.
Here you go. Not as cool as I thought it would be.
Thoughts are you?
Force it.
All right, you win.
Not many. All right, well, that was the dopiest combo deck I've ever played.
I mean, I played Heroine once, and it was really dope. But that was the only other time I've experimented with dope. Yeah, that combo deck was real dopey.
It was.
Yeah.
It felt clunky and slow. It felt like, I mean, there's only 2 Genesis Hydras, so like sometimes I just had the ability to make infinite mana, but it just didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's a pretty major problem when your whole deck is kind of centered around doing that. It makes me wonder if going back to like the Fierce Empath version might be better. This is like a really old version, but it was like 4 Fierce Empath, 1 Consecrated Sphinx, 1 Emrakul. So like there were times where you could just, if you didn't have infinite mana, but you had Food Chain, you could just Fierce Empath, pass, next turn, sack it, play Consecrated Sphinx, and draw a bunch of cards, especially if your opponent's playing a blue deck, if it resolved. Obviously, it's not going to resolve most of the time, I guess.
Yeah, I like Consecrated Sphinx. I feel like you need something in the deck to prevent the situation that happened in Game 2.
Yes.
Where you comboed off and drew your entire deck and bounced my entire board. Except for True Name Nemesis when you were at 3 life and you died.
Yeah, that was very embarrassing. I had to like take a minute because I didn't realize that I was going to lose. And then you're like, how do you can't bounce that True Name Nemesis. And then I was just, in my head, I just immediately knew I was dead.
Yeah.
I just knew there was nothing in the deck that could save me.
So did I.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that a little bit.
So, I mean, there are versions of this deck that do play 1 Emrakul for, I guess, similar reasons. There's also just the ability to, like, turn 2 Food Chain, turn 3 Miss Hollow Griffin, turn 4 Emrakul, and then just Emrakul that turn if you just naturally draw it. That is like pretty hard to do, but having the Emrakul in your deck is just, I think, good for when you are comboing off, you're able to find it and then, continually just take infinite turns.
This Bant deck felt pretty sweet, actually. I actually kind of liked it, with one exception.
The basic lands?
Don't play basic lands.
I think basic force is okay.
Yeah.
I think 1 basic force is good enough because with basic force, you can still cast Noble Hierarchs.
Exactly.
You can still, do something. But I think that people in general play too many basic lands in Legacy
100%,
because they're afraid of both Wasteland and
Blood Moon.
But more often than not, just drawing your basic lands ends up costing you games.
And here's a weird thing to say, but I 100% believe this to be true. Basic lands actually make you worse against Wasteland.
I completely agree. Jerry Thompson completely agrees. And you might think that sounds backwards. However, when you have an opening hand that has a dual land in it, and you fetch a basic land, your opponent can still Wasteland you. And that's going to leave you with just 1 color of mana
instead of
2 colors of mana. So if you are a fan of Legacy, if you have decks, just keep that in mind when you're building your mana base, is that it's not always pertinent to play a bunch of basics. Blood Moon is not everywhere in Legacy right now. It's not like it's going to
In fact, it's almost nowhere in Legacy right now.
Exactly. Yeah. And Wasteland is going to be better against you if you're fetching basics and have dual land still in your deck. The only exception being something like Miracles, where it only plays like 2, maybe 3 Tundra, and then has 14 basics, or however many Reduke plays.
Yeah, I mean, Miracles plays 6 to 7 basics, and that's going to be a different story because 1, you're a 2-color deck. 2, you can function off of only a single white source for a very long period of time, and being resistant to Blood Moon and Wasteland and things like that is a feature of Miracles. Whereas this deck is naturally resistant to those cards anyway.
Because it has, like, Noble Hierarchs.
You have Noble Hierarch. Like, you play a Noble Hierarch, your opponent doesn't even want to wasteland you
Yep.
anymore. In fact, you want to be wastelanding them.
Yes.
So and it's the same thing with like Rug Delver and decks like that. Like having basics actually just hurts you a lot more than helps you. For example, I drew a Plains in game 1, and if it was a green source, I very easily win the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I still won anyway because I drew a green source the next turn, or 2 turns later.
Had it.
Yeah, had it. But if I just never drew a green source after that, I would have lost. So.
Yep. One last point. For the most part, 2-color decks in general, I think, can get away with playing a couple basics, right? Because especially if they're built so that they're not very heavily or heavily leaning on the color requirements. They don't have, like, for example, a green-white deck that's not like tons of double green and double white. It's mostly just 1 green here, 1 white there. And you can still cast like 2 spells a turn off of 2 lands. Now, the more colors you play in your deck, the harder it is for you to build a mana base that can actually support basic lands. Now, people fall into this trap of playing basics because playing basics is okay in Modern. The reason why you play basics in Modern is not so that you don't get hit with like Blood Moon. It's because you don't want to take 2 damage from your lands.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of scenarios where you have to fetch up a basic so you don't die to like Burn or Zoo or Affinity. But you don't have to do that in Legacy. So just keep that in mind when you're building your decks. Maybe give it a try. If you're not used to playing without basics, I think it's kind of like a security blanket. And just try playing without it and see what you think.
I mean, here's another example. Even if your opening hand has 2 fetches, let's say you fetch Island, then fetch Plains and play Stoneforge Mystic. Now you like can't get wastelanded, and then next turn you draw like an Underground Sea for like your Deathrite or whatever. You play it, they kill your Deathrite, they waste your Sea, and like you just can't cast anything. Even though it seems like you protected yourself from wasteland, you still made their wasteland better against you later in the game. Whereas if you had like Scrubland, Tundra, Underground Sea, there's nothing they can waste to keep you off mana.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be all for me and Brian today. Make sure to check out our articles this week on StarCityGames.com. Mine goes up on Thursday. Brian's goes up on Friday.
Yep.
We will also be having more versus video later this week. Wednesday will feature BBD versus Brad, and Friday will feature me versus Brad. So keep an eye out for those, and we will see you soon.
See ya.